What's up, MHA owners? It's the final week of the MHA regular season, and we're here to talk all about it. We saw some big performances. We have our 6 playoff teams in this MHA playoff now. We tell you all it went down in week 14. Eric Lansing with you, although all the way from Newport News, Virginia, and I'm sick, and it's Thursday night, so everything gets pushed back. So it may sound a little different than what you're used to hearing, but we're here. And I'm here with the usual suspects of Todd Diamond and Mike Renault. Todd, you're going to the playoffs. How you feeling?
Feeling good, the way my team, started off this season, and whether it was some of the pickups I made, and the big trade I made for Jamar Chase, I'm feeling good. Team is feeling. I'm feeling good. Feeling good. It's not going to be easy, but I'm feeling good about my team. I'm feeling good. Feeling good to be in the playoffs.
Mikey, we know you're not joining us in the playoff race. It was tough sledding. We'll obviously talk about the matchup, but other than that, how's life treating you?
This is bullshit.
There it is. There it is.
Great. I get to put in a beeping later on. Appreciate that.
No, you gotta keep the bullshit one in there. Come on.
Hey.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, come on. That's pure emotion, Eric.
Yeah.
Okay. I would think our audience would appreciate that.
Yeah.
I still have to put the bleep in, but I can appreciate your emotion, and we'll talk all about it because there's a reason why it's a lot of BS out there for sure. But yeah, so before we get to all of it, there is some news that we have to talk about.
I don't understand what the news is. It's just like, hey, here's a bunch of you can't fix that happened that was horrible.
All right, so I don't know how big this is, at least for the gentleman that we're going to talk about here, but it's going to affect everyone, some other folks. But perhaps the biggest news is the Colts signing of 44-year-old Phillip Rivers. Indianapolis Colts lost Daniel Jones to a season-ending injury. Of course, Anthony Richardson's already out of the mix, and then the other backup, Riley Leonard, is dealing with a PCL strain. It's a good chance that Rivers is going to play this weekend. Mikey, let's say he plays. How much do you think that affects? Obviously, for line rep, it's not going to matter this week, but if he plays in 2 weeks, Aaron's got Michael Pittman Jr. and Jonathan Taylor. Is that a good thing, a bad thing? What do you think about all that?
I kind of like it. I mean, you're telling me, like, if I don't know, like Joe Montana could come out of retirement and play for the 49ers, they'd take it right now, right? I mean, like,
No.
Why not? Phillip Rivers is a great, quarterback at one point. Like, it's going to put more pressure on the run game. So, Jonathan Taylor's, going to get his touches. They've got a tough schedule.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make the playoffs, so there's a lot of motivation there. I don't know. I mean, you're going to have to see it, but I mean, their options are very limited. I mean, Riley Leonard is a, low draft pick rookie. So, I mean, what is better?
There's got to be someone that was just cut that's better, right? Anybody that's played in the last 12 months? Phillip Rivers hasn't played since 2020.
Cam Newton said that he stayed in shape, and if they would have called him, he would have played.
Oh, I'm sure, because anybody that has a bigger mouth and talks more crap, it's Cam Newton. But fine, whatever. But yeah, interesting. That's the biggest news. Butterfingers, starting tight end Jake Ferguson, is dealing with a calf issue. He was limited yesterday, but didn't practice today here on Thursday. So definitely something for Todd to keep an eye on. Notorious CUP, Lad McConkey, he was limited on Wednesday and on Thursday as well. He's kind of been dealing with a foot issue. Of course, Kilgore Trout, his running back, Devin Achane, has been held out of practices early this week. He was limited on Thursday. That's a big one because he has been money pretty much every week. But we'll keep an eye on that for Mr. Kilgore. Also with Todd's team, Christian McCaffrey is sick, just like yours truly. He is limited on Thursday's practice. And Gonzo Cat's tight end, Mark Andrews, he popped up on the injury report today, dealing with a glute injury. So his cheeks not feeling that great. And that's all I really have in terms of news. Did I miss anything else, Todd, with your team?
Nope. Yeah, pretty spot on.
All right. Well, let's go to the week 14 recap. And Mikey, if I miss something or in terms of like playoff seeding, just you can go ahead and just yell and chime in. And I'm going to try to do this with a sore throat to get through these 6 games. Luckily, some of them aren't as long, but bear with me as we go through this. Let's go. Let's start with the number one team in the league in Lion Rip, who, of course, already clinched a bye in the playoffs and the number one seed. But with a win from Aaron's squad, that would clinch spots for 4 of the teams outside of me and Aaron. That with a win by him, 4 teams would be in. One of those teams would be out if Lion Rip took a victory, and that was the 2024 champs in Kilgore Trout, who needed a win over that top team in order to sneak into the playoffs. Joe's team got a big 51-point outing from Dak Prescott to start the week. Devin Achan, of course, we mentioned doing Devin Achan things, racking up 16 points. And how about Christian Watson? Where'd this come from? 2 receiving touchdowns for 20 points. Kilgore scored 135 points. Would that be enough to topple the highest scoring team in the league? Jamison Williams was in Aaron's lineup this week, and he did well, catching 7 passes for 12 points. Kyron Williams, despite a massive day from Rams backup running back Blake Corum, Williams still did pretty well. He had 17 points. And how about Michael Wilson? 11 receptions, 2 of those for touchdowns, on his way to 30 massive points. This one came down to the final game of week 14. Lion Rip was down 43 points with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce still to go on Monday night. Seems reachable, right? Well, perhaps the worst performance in the career of Mr. Mahomes, just 20 points, 14 completions, and 3 interceptions. And of course, because Patty struggled, Kelce struggled, just a single point for the tight end. I couldn't even get through the first recap without coughing. 135 to 114 was the final. So those 4 teams needing to win in order to get in the playoffs. Let's just talk about the team at number 2. The Lemonheads, a win would secure the other bye. A loss and a Butterfingers win would move Todd's team into the number 2 spot. And then Lemonheads would fall to the 3rd. Well, the drama in this one was over fairly quickly as Lemonheads took Cooper's Cousins, as he took on Cooper's Cousins. Baker Mayfield was pitiful, just 27 points. Ashton Genty, another single-digit performance. Hollywood Brown also fell victim to Patrick Mahomes' terrible outing, just 2 points, and just 5 from Deebo Samuel. Just 80 points for Dylan's squad. 8 of the Lemonheads players had 8 or more points, 43 from Jared Goff, 12 from CeeDee Lamb, 12 from Jacoby Myers, 12 from Jalen Warren, and how about 20 from Cameron Dicker, the kicker? He was great. 140 points from Eric's team, and they grab a hold of that second bye. The Butterfingers hoping to stay in that 3rd spot, taking on the NWA. Finally, Lamar Jackson played well in the game. He had 42 points for G Squad, and Philadelphia's defense played the Chargers tough and piled in 21 points. But the NWA left Drake London on his bench, even though they said he wasn't going to play, on his starting lineup, even though they said he wasn't going to play. Todd's team piled in an excellent 165 points, 77 from Stafford and Nakua connection, and how about 27 from Broncos leading running back RJ Harvey. And that Seattle defense playing lights out of the last couple weeks. Chalk up another 24 points after hitting 31 last week, 165 to 104. The final. Butterfingers in the playoffs as the number 3 seed. Do you want to talk about your matchup real quick, Todd?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I had Stafford and Puka, and obviously no McCaffrey, but RJ Harvey, fellas, RJ Harvey. I mean, just give the man the ball. Just give the damn ball. Just give him the damn ball. Look at what happens when you give him the ball and how versatile he is. It's amazing. It is amazing. Again, I said in the off season how good he was going to be, that he should be the starter. Obviously, like I said, Dobbins is great. Dobbins, obviously what he was doing and everything. But RJ Harvey, fellas, he's running back 1 going forward. Even if Dobbins came back, Harvey is the guy. RJ Harvey's the guy, and I'm happy he's on my team and everything. And this push for obviously best of both worlds, helping me, try to see if I can win a fantasy championship. He's gonna, and maybe can help and obviously help the Broncos. Try to keep doing what they're doing and try to reach a Super Bowl. But yeah, he's been great, and obviously Stafford and Puka has been. Obviously this was the Puka from the first few weeks to to quote George Costanza, we missed this Puka. This is the Puka this was movie Puka. This was coffee shop Puka. Every everything, and then for a while, then he was in a relationship, and if and because Devontae Adams was getting all the touchdowns, and and like I said, and I'll say it, for a minute, he was killing independent Puka. He was killing independent Puka. Okay, all right, just saying. But now he's back on track, and you know, um, I'm feeling good, feeling good. So there you go. There's the because when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, this would be perfect. This is because for a while Puka was the main guy, and then he brought it. Yeah, so there you go, there you go. But I'm feeling good about my team. I'm feeling good about my team.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, let's go to the Hot Tamales, who needed that win over Eaton W's to secure a playoff spot. They didn't get that Lion Rip help. The two quarterbacks that were drafted in the first round this year went toe-to-toe, and boy, did they go off. Joe Burrow for Mikey's team, 25 completions, 4 passing TDs, and 56 points. Josh Allen was a little better, 22 completions, 3 pass TDs, added 78 rushing yards, and another TD on the ground, 65 points. Jackson Smith and Jigba rebounded in a big way after a rough week 13 to pile up 23 against the Falcons defense. And how about 23 points from Mikey's kicker and Brandon Aubrey? The Tamales finished with 142 points, but Kevin's team got amazing 14 points from Zay Flowers, 22 from T. Higgins, 14 from Javonte Williams, and 14 from Bucky Irving. And Eaton W's had their best scoring output since week 1, 158 points. Mikey had a chance heading into the Monday night affair. He still had Rashee Rice, who had 3 20-point games this season, and he needed 22. But as we mentioned, Patrick Mahomes stunk, and Eaton W's defense. Hold on, I'm sorry. But Patrick Mahomes stunk, and Eaton W's defeat the Hot Tamales, sending them to a 7-7 record and out of the playoffs. Mike, you scored 2,008 points this year, the third most in the league. The last 4 or 5 down the stretch seemed like you were everyone's Super Bowl this year down the stretch of this season.
All those points don't matter. It's just I've been thinking about it since I lost on Sunday, and I still can't make sense of my season. It's just a lot of weird stuff and
unlucky stuff.
Very much so. I mean, I look back at the 2 games that I lost to you, and that Burrow got hurt in the first one, and I lost that game. Amon-Ra gets hurt in the second one with no points, and then I lose that week, and then it just seems like every week going through, like I had to put up 150 to have a chance, and it's just frustrating because my team, I felt like getting in, I still feel like I have a team sitting on the outside that could win the whole thing, which is just annoying. They also have 200 points scored against it the next week, so that's also a possibility. I don't know.
But I guess Mikey, was there did you feel like there was any, besides the quarterback? I mean, obviously the quarterback situation was the big one, but did you feel like in any time throughout the season that you thought, okay, maybe I need to go out and maybe make a trade or something, or do something to, I don't know, to maybe, that's the word I'm looking for, to kind of, I don't know, not put a Band-Aid over the wounds a little bit, but something so you feel a bit more confident, or you feel you feel like, okay, if I make this move, then then I might have a better shot of really sustaining to get into the playoffs.
But see, that's just it. It's like, what was the wound? Like, I had issues with quarterback right after Burrow got hurt.
Okay.
But I had really good weeks with Flacco, and Jacoby Brissett's been excellent ever since he took over that job, and then Burrow came back and was good. So quarterback wasn't really my huge issue. You know, tight end sucked, but tight end sucked for everybody.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that's nothing new, except for Eric. I mean, tight end was good for him. It's just the my season was very much, you know, you could go through it and look at my scores compared to everybody else's. Like
mhm.
Eric mentioned it, Kevin scored the most points that he had since week one. Like when I played the lowest scoring teams, it didn't matter. I played Miles, he scored almost 150 against me.
Hmm.
Like it's just every week it was just like, you know, here we go. And that's just how it goes sometimes, by the way. It's not
No, yeah,
anything
no,
that's unfair to me. It's just, yeah, you got to roll with the punches.
yeah,
Yeah,
agreed.
that's fantasy football. Honestly, you could do. I mean, this is such a perfect example for Mikey because I mean his team is really good. He was scoring a respectable whatever 140, 150 points a week, and
Mhm.
most of the time that's gonna like a good. I don't know what the percentage is, 90%, 85%. You're gonna win those games, but there are times where it's just not gonna fall your way.
Hmm.
Nothing you can do about it, right?
Oh,
I think that's
yeah.
just fantasy sports. You can put yourself in the best position to win. It doesn't matter. Injuries happen, as you mentioned a couple of times. The other team goes off, has a really good week after not being able to score. So I think that is just fantasy. It's unfortunate and it sucks, but
Yeah.
that's how it goes sometimes.
Well, and too, like and yeah, and also too, you can, you can do all, all the research. We talk about this every single year. Like, is it, doing all the research, or is there, luck involved? And I think we all agree it's a little bit from, column A and a little from column B. But when, when the season starts and you're starting, and when you start to have, injuries, or players not, living up to what you're expecting them to do, you you're just like, okay, what do I do? But like, because like I said, in Mikey's case, team was really good, and it just, a quarterback situation, but you pivoted really well, trying to. I mean, obviously with Flacco and Brissett, I mean, you tried you had Caleb Williams, and so yeah, it sucks. Again, we wanted everybody to be in, to make the playoffs, but yeah, it again, if it was a perfect science, hey, everybody on the planet would be good at fantasy football.
If it was
I mean,
science, I definitely would not be good at it. I'll tell you that
Okay,
right now.
okay, fair
Go ahead,
enough.
Miguel.
no, I was gonna say that doesn't make me feel any better.
Okay, I tried.
All right, I'm gonna try to get through these couple of
Okay.
recaps here without dying because I'm starting to feel it. In another key game, the Gonzo Cast defeated notorious CUP 139-61 to secure the fourth spot in the playoffs, while CUP falls from the second spot just a few weeks ago to the final playoff spot. CUP had starting quarterback Daniel Jones fall to injury very early stages of that game, just 5 points. 3 total points from McConkey and Justin Jefferson, and a negative point from Bayshaw Tootin. Pollen's team is coming in with perhaps the hottest player in the league in Jahmyr Gibbs, who reeled off yet another 30-point game. He hit 33. And Woody Marks tallied 15 points and 68 rush yards with a receiving TD. And Bo Nix had 31 completions against the Raiders for 46 points. The Gonzo Cats are in. CUP is in. In the final matchup, Chad Powers Fan Club defeats the Belt Sanders 103-78. The dough of the week, a bunch of blowouts on the docket. I thought maybe Blake Corum was going to come and get Aaron at one point just because he had 25 points, but it wouldn't have mattered. No one he could have really put in and would have helped him secure the victory to save everyone else, including Mikey. So no does of the week.
All right.
Anything I missed, Mikey, about the playoffs that you want to mention?
No, I mean it pretty much kind of went like once I lost, and then it just kind of, you know, and Aaron lost, I should say, then everything kind of shifted the way. I mean, you won, got the bye, Todd's in third, and then yeah, Kilgore ends up getting in and ends up getting the 5 since he had more points than CUP. So yeah,
So,
congratulations to all of you.
congratulations to all those got in. Yeah, that's a good point. I should probably mention that. But that's why Mikey's the commissioner and I'm just a scrub doing this podcast. Okay, let's get to those studs.
The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
All right, Todd, give me a stud from this past week 14.
Well, I'll just go with one of mine, just to pat myself on the back, just a smidge. But Puka Nakua, man, 27 points, man. Woo! 2 touchdowns, 167 yards. Yes, please. Yeah.
He loves his Puka. He was good though, no doubt
Yep.
about it. Mikey, give me a stud.
Well, I'm gonna go with the guy that killed me 2 years in a row. He killed me in the championship game last year. He killed me again last week, and that's T. Higgins.
Hmm.
Those 22 wash points really came back to bite me in the butt, and now to find out that he did it the entire time with a concussion, which I did think that he did have because I saw him smack his head on the turf.
Hmm.
They brought him to the medical tent and then let him back in the game and
That's not good.
see what happens.
I was like, see what happens. See what happens when you don't. When
Just another thing that did not fall Mikey's way. He should have been out of the game after the concussion,
mm-hmm.
but that's not what happened. I will mention Kilgore. Was it? No, Michael Wilson was on Aaron's team, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't help too much. But he was definitely huge in that game. But that's not going to be one of the studs. I mean, how do you not get past? I mean, you mentioned it. Jameer Gibbs and Gonzo Cats needed a big day to get into those playoffs. I'm about 33 points, 3 rushing touchdowns. He also had 7 catches for 43 yards. He's coming in as one of the hottest players in the league. And if you have a guy like that, no matter where you are in the playoffs, that's going to be huge for you. If he can put up another big week. And Jameer Gibbs has been amazing. Give me someone else, Todd.
Well, let's go with another one on Gonzo Cats, but Bo Nix, Bo Nix. He's, uh, 31 completions, 212 passing yards, and one rushing touchdown. I mean, fellas, Bo in fantasy and reality. Man, it's freaking awesome.
Do you believe, Miguel?
Yeah, I believe.
Okay. Just curious. Give me another stud, Miguel, from this past weekend.
Well, I'll stick with Josh Allen. I mean,
Yeah, no kidding.
they were doing a pretty good job in that game of keeping him contained up until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, wasn't it like 28-18 or something in the fourth quarter, or some ridiculous low point total, and then it went bananas after that?
Yeah, so going into that fourth quarter, I believe Kevin had because all of his guys were playing in the morning. And so going into that fourth quarter, I think he had 105 points total from his team. And so for him to end up with 158, with all his guys after that fourth quarter, it was ridiculous. And Josh Allen was the big catalyst in that. Yeah, they couldn't stop him passing or running in that fourth quarter, especially running. And it was very annoying. And it was one of Josh Allen's best performances of the year with that 65 points.
Is there something to be said about drafting a quarterback in the first round and neither one of you made the playoffs? Is that something to think about?
No.
No? Oh, okay. Just curious.
Is it? I mean, considering that I had 2 of the top 5 receivers in the league and one of the top running backs in the league, it doesn't mean anything.
All right, calm down, relax. I was just asking a question, okay? Just something I noticed and wanted to say. Relax. You're probably right.
He's like,
uh,
Mikey's gonna drop some F bomb. Just wait. He's like, no. But here's the thing. I think it's drafting quarterbacks in the first round. I mean, obviously, for as many years in this league that that quarterbacks were going in the first round. I mean, obviously, even before I came in the league, the first round, except for 2 teams, I mean, Mikey included, didn't draft a quarterback really in the first round. Like it was always quarterbacks. So I mean, again, and it's shifted. It's definitely shifted over time. But it's I don't know. You want one of the top guys because like I said, look at what Josh Allen's doing, and and so forth. I mean, putting up 65 points like it's nothing. But but also too, you still want. I mean, if you can get the top running back or top wide receiver, whatever it is, you want to do that. So I don't know. I don't want to say you hesitate. We don't hesitate when we hesitate a little bit. Like, should I really do it? But I mean, if you draft a quarterback in the first round, that doesn't mean like, oh my God, you made the wrong decision. No, because if you can get a Josh Allen or Joe Burrow or something like that, or any of their top quarterbacks, and they can put up 50, 65 points a game, then if you think, okay, that gives me a good chance, and if I can just get players that can at least get me, maybe in the, not in maybe in the 20s every week, but at least, in the teens, then, and my quarterback can get me those points, then I think you feel like, okay, I made the right call and the right decision to draft a quarterback in the first round. But I've definitely not drafting a quarterback in the first round anymore. I think in the past I've just gotten burned by drafting a quarterback in the first round, or not getting one of the top running backs, because I'm like, if I can find a quarterback decent enough that can get me at least, I'd be happy with 40 points a week or something. And my top running back, top wide receiver are getting in the 20s. He's got to do so. Mikey, in some cases, is not wrong that he drafted, that he wanted to draft the top quarterback because it can get, because the top quarterback can get you a lot of points.
Oh, I thought Mikey was gonna say
Oh.
something about it afterwards.
I didn't want to beat a dead horse, but
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think there's an exact science to that either, honestly. So I'll just say the last. Go ahead.
One more thing. So, and I was before I came along in the league, but like when you guys drafted, when you did 2 quarterback leagues, okay? Two quarterbacks in the league. Did most quarterbacks go in the first round, and then the next quarterback maybe didn't go until, I don't know, the fifth? I mean, I'm just spitballing, but I mean, but like maybe go in the, I don't know, later rounds before the second quarterback was drafted? Or I mean, obviously I have to look back in the archives, but I don't know.
Gosh, I'd have to go back and look, but
Okay.
I feel like if you were pretty formidable if you had two amazing quarterbacks.
Okay.
And so to be able to run around, and I'm sure were cases where someone went first and second round with those two, but I think, yeah, there's just no way. If you draft the guys and they hit, you're going to be in a good situation.
Okay.
And so Mikey drafted a quarterback early, hit on his other guys, where Kevin didn't hit as well afterwards because Mikey's team was better than Kevin's team. And so it just happened the other direction, where if I got CeeDee Lamb in the first round, he hit, and Goff was fine. He had good weeks and he had less than stellar weeks, but he was average. And so I think I don't know. There's probably isn't an exact science to it, really. Burrow was hurt. Who knows? Mikey would have won a couple extra games if he didn't get hurt. We can't research that either because he was relatively stable in terms of that the last couple of years. So
it's just hard to say, oh, you scored over 2,000 points, but
yeah, exactly.
drafting quarterback first round is wrong. No, it's not, and
it's not. It doesn't matter of where you just need to hit wherever you draft, whoever, wherever. They need to be good, and then you make alterations, right? You can't. You're going to draft guys, and then people are going to get hurt, and you have to pick up guys. And Mikey did a good job with that, drafting or picking up. Like he had Caleb Williams, I think he drafted, and then he picked up Brissett later, and was able to decipher between those two guys. And And then there was weeks where Josh Allen didn't have a great week, where he had 30 points and he had some bad outings, and that cost Kevin some games here and there. But I wouldn't put that all on Josh Allen because no one's great 100% of the time. It's very hard to do that, no matter what position is the case. So
because even again, comparing apples to oranges here, but the heydays of Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, and Tom Brady, or Ben Roethlisberger. There was some weeks where those quarterbacks didn't have great weeks per se, but they were obviously obviously they're in their own stratosphere, but for the most part they were, I don't want to use the word, but I'll use it, but automatic every week.
Well, as my example,
okay,
for me, is I had Peyton Manning in the best fantasy football quarterback season of all time, and I didn't even make the playoffs. So there you go. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Your other guys have to hit, and my other guys did not hit. So
okay, that's a good point. But
yeah.
what about 2007 when Aaron had Tom Brady?
Yeah, and that worked out for him.
But again, but obviously but to your point, Eric, you said, but probably the rest of his team was good. I mean, he didn't have Randy Moss, but on his team with Tom Brady, that would have just been unfair. But the rest of his team was okay. Fair enough.
You just got to hit wherever you go, no matter what position at what time in the draft. Let's get to those duds.
This is the worst. You are the worst. I hate looking at your face. I want to smash it.
All right, Mikey, whose face did you want to smash from this past week?
I wanted to smash Patrick Mahomes' face.
Yeah, he let a lot of people down this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you said may have been the worst game of his career. I didn't have any doubt that was the worst game of his career. It came at a perfect time. Yeah, he just looked he looked like incompetent in that game. Like, the only thing that he actually looked like good doing was running.
And that's not his game.
Yeah, like when it came to actually throwing the ball, it was just his receivers were dropping passes. He was inaccurate. It was just, I guess, credit to Houston's defense. Maybe they really are that good, but yeah. Sorry, Mahomes.
No, he was sorry, Mahomes. It was so terrible. And yeah, just Aaron's matchup, he only needed 43 points or whatever, and I was like, oh, he's gonna get that, and never came close. Pretty pathetic outing. Todd, give me another guy who just stunk it up.
Well, to pile more on Mikey, but Breece Hall, only 4 points. Granted, it's the Jets, and yeah, not especially against Miami. Yeah, not what you're looking for, Mikey. Only 43 points. After he had a decent game last week against the Falcons, to come up like that, yeah, not good. But again, obviously, I'm a Breece Hall hater, but
now, I'm gonna say, in fairness, and I'm not saying that I was happy with his performance because it was terrible, but Tyrod Taylor got hurt on the third play of that game, and some dude that I've never heard of, ended up going in and playing quarterback, and it was kind of like the Minnesota situation the week before, where
that was me, but who? I guess who was the quarterback? I guess, but who knows?
Yeah, not good.
Not
good. I'm gonna go with Ashton Genty against me this past week. That's definitely not getting it done. It's 5 points, 10 carries. Yes, it's the Broncos defense, but he was drafted as a guy that should be able to perform every week, and he's had a pretty good season for the most part. He's had a couple of single-digit weeks, but this was his second worst outing of the season, and only two catches on top of that. And so at a moment where he needed to step up to try to take me down, Ashton Genty was very disappointing. And I also throw this in here too. just in terms of, you mentioned Patrick Mahomes, how terrible he was, but everyone else that was connected to him, Travis Kelce, Rashee Rice, all of that was just terrible for anyone that was connected and needed those points from Patrick Mahomes. Go ahead, Todd. Give me another one.
All right, I'm gonna go with and I guess it was for the Cardinals Bam night. Ooh, only 5 points. I mean, granted, too, that backfield for the Cardinals have just been all over the place. But again, another player that you're thinking, okay, he'll be the guy, and only 16 yards rushing. Yeah, not good at all. I mean, Brissett and Trey McBride are the only viable players on that team at this point. So obviously good for you, Eric, because all those catches and all will go to Trey McBride. So
Yep, McBride is pretty good. Love that
yep.
dude. Mikey, another stud, or excuse me, dud.
By the way, Brady Cook was the name of the quarterback.
Okay.
I have never heard of him. You're right.
Yep. I couldn't even guess where he went to school, and D2 school. I'll say that as my guess. But go ahead, Mike.
So I'm gonna give this one. I know we've been picking on him the last couple of weeks, but it's been well deserved, and that's Justin Jefferson.
Yes, sir.
Again, this is now 5 weeks in a row under double digits, and 2 weeks in a row at 2 points. And I know that the quarterback situation has been terrible, but I would say that as bad as the quarterbacks have been, even somebody as good as Justin Jefferson should be able to not necessarily be at the level like where he's getting, 15, 16 points every game, but somewhere around 8 to 10 if you're having a real bad quarterback. I just haven't been a fan of his body language either. Like, you can tell he's frustrated. Like, he's not finishing routes. It's causing him to drop passes. It's just a bad situation this year for him.
Yeah, this has been a terrible season. We've said it time and time again. Not every wide receiver, these elite receivers are going to be quarterback proof, and his quarterback play has hampered his ability.
Now, I will say on the plus side for Quayne, nobody, and I mean nobody, fails in the Dallas Cowboy matchup. So he gets that this week. So even J.J. McCarthy should be able to do well in this matchup, and Justin Jefferson should be able to have a good game against that booty of a secondary.
So watch out, Todd Diamond. You're playing CUP. We'll get to that here in just a moment. What's his name? Brady Cook went to Missouri. Todd Diamond.
Okay,
Division 1, sucker.
I know. Basically, like, in your face. D2 my fanny.
All right. Well, week 15 schedule. Buys, number 1 seed, Lion Rip at 11-3. Number 2 seed, Lemonheads. They earn the other bye. They're 10-4. My first 10-win season since 2014. Long time. The matchup for those playing in week 15, number 3 seed Butterfingers at number 9-5. Butterfingers at 9-5 will take on CUP, who are at 8-6. They're the 6th seed. And then number 4 seed Gonzo Cats at 9-5, taking on 5 seed Kilgore Trout, who is 8-6. And just for the record, everybody, if there is a tie, which obviously a little more difficult these days because of the fractional scoring, but if there is a tie, head-to-head goes to the higher seed. And in the next round, it is not bracket, it is reseeding. So Lion Rip will take on the lowest seed left in the whoever's remaining out of the first round. Isn't that correct, Miguel?
That is correct.
You won the
Excellent.
show.
So there you go, Todd. Some quick thoughts on your matchup. And since it's already Friday or over here in Virginia, we saw the Thursday night game, and Tampa's defense didn't have a great game, just 3 points. But how are you feeling about your matchup?
Well, I mean, I'm feeling good. I mean, I'm feeling good. I feel like the way. I mean, I think making that trade for Jamar Chase really gives me a lot of confidence going in. to it. But I mean, obviously the matchups. I mean, Stafford's playing Detroit, so that might be a shootout. Um, you know, Drake May's playing Buffalo, and it's gonna be snowing. So we'll see how that goes. But again, I think my big three, in Stafford, Puka, and McCaffrey. Those are those are the I guess you'd say, to use an analogy, but those are my missile those are the missile launchers right there. Those are the ones that are, they're gonna, um, you know, just see if they can just end it right there. And then I guess you could say RJ Harvey's the old time, just bowling ball of just, of power. So I'm feeling good. I think, and again, the projections, in this, whether it's the beginning, the regular season, or in the playoffs, you just, can't take those projections, seriously. But it's off, kind of off to a good start per se, because obviously, Tampa's defense just didn't didn't show up, so which is great. So we'll see. I mean, and obviously with my defense, I mean, again, I know defense is just one part of it, and it's not the main part. But the way my defense has been playing, and Seattle's playing the Colts, and like we talked about in the opening, there's this 44-year-old grandfather quarterback might be playing. So yeah, sack him, sack him, sack him.
Jamar Chase is playing the Ravens, and in 9 games, he has 65 receptions and 8 touchdowns in those 9 games. So has a
yes.
good pass about it. Mikey, can you give me some of your thoughts about the other matchup and the Gonzo Cats and Kilgore Trout? Anything stand out to you in that one?
Well, I mean, this is really gonna hinge on the quarterback matchup. Like, Dak Prescott has been carrying Kilgore for the majority of the year. Dak Prescott's had an awesome season, and I think that's something me and Eric liked him, going
Yeah,
into the year. I was interested to see like who Gonzo Cats was gonna, go with as his quarterback. I know Herbert's nursing that injury, so it looks like, at least as of right now, it's Bo Nix. I think that could be a difficult matchup. I mean, Green Bay is a really good defense, but Nix has been hot, and the game is here, so we'll see how that goes. Um, yeah, I mean, it's all about the others. Like, Jameer Gibbs has been on fire. That should be a high scoring environment in that game against the Rams.
definitely.
Nico Collins has been, putting up, numbers. Like, Pickens has been good. Like, I have a feeling that this is going to come down to a very scary defensive matchup if you're, you know, Joe, because Houston's playing against Arizona and their defenses have gone off against Arizona. I know Brissett's been good, but they've been turning the ball over, and Brissett's been taking sacks, and so teams have been able to put up a lot of points for defenses against their offense. So I think that that's going to come into play big time.
Mm,
And yeah, I don't know. This one's going to be a tough one to call. What I love about it is that it's going to come down to um, basically Sunday and Monday night,
Sunday
because
night.
Joe's got Dak on Sunday night, and then he has Achan on Monday night, plus a kicker as well. So yeah, this is going to be one that goes down to the wire.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, depending on how might be the same. Might come down to, depending on how it goes. If it comes down to Sunday night, if Jake Ferguson is all kosher, and versus Justin Jefferson, so yeah, it could
Yeah,
be is.
I think you've got an advantage just here, Todd. Like, especially at the receiver position, it's to me, and I know Jefferson has that Cowboys matchup, but I mean, Eric mentioned the numbers Chase has against the Ravens in his history. Puka's
Mhm.
going to be in that high scoring environment in the dome with Detroit. You know,
McCaffrey's got the Titans. Oof, great match.
Everybody's got the Titans, like both running backs for Queen. Like you don't know what you're going to get between
Yep.
Travion and DeAndre Swift. You just don't know. When one guy could steal the touchdowns, Ramondre Stevenson could steal the touchdowns. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's a tough matchup for Queen for sure. Like Drake May is going to have to go out there and
Yeah.
he's getting to me like honestly he's going to have to throw probably like a 60-point game to give him a shot.
He had 34 against Buffalo, but that was week 5, long time ago.
Well, and Buffalo has actually been really, really good against quarterbacks. They weren't against like Burrow last week, but they normally for the season they've been really, really good. Again, they struggle against the run, not the pass. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough one for Queen.
Well, there you have it. Anything else that we want to say before we get out of here? I'm glad I don't have to worry about my matchup. I'm in Virginia right now, so I can just sit back, relax, and watch all the action unfold, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, we're in the playoffs, gentlemen. It's crazy that season goes by so quick.
It does. You blink 1 second, and it's woof, and it's there. But yeah, playoff time. I mean, again, this is it's go big or go home. There's no tomorrow.
And more cliches that Todd can't think of at the moment.
Yep, pretty much. It's go big or go home, or it's win. There's no tomorrow. Yeah, I was gonna do a Braveheart one, but yeah, I'm good.
And for all those who, obviously, a lot of these folks are in the metro realm. I met you in college or whatever, but how about that volleyball team in the Final Four of the national championship? I mean, they'll play tomorrow in that national semifinal, so who knows when you'll listen to this, but they could be national champions by the time you listen to this. So big shout out to volleyball and what they're doing right now. Pretty impressive stuff.
It is. I mean, they, talk about how some of the great teams in the past and like, oh, this team can win and everything. But there's just no, it just seems like this team, and say it from teams from the past too, but like, I mean, there's just no quit in this team. There's just no quit. I mean, they're focused. They know what the prize is. They know what they want. And, and I think if they win the national championship, this puts Jenny Glenn like in Metro lore as, right there with, I would say right there with Dunlap is one of, Metro's royalty of coaches.
Can't argue with that. Their big word this year, believe. Not believe, but believe. They've been talking about it all year, so there you go. Well, that's going to do it for us here on the MHA podcast. Sorry if things didn't sound exactly the same, especially with me being sick, but we appreciate you tuning in as we get ready for this playoff season. For Mikey Renaud, Todd Diamond, and Merrick Lansing, we'll see you next time.